And we're coming to you live from the Built Ford Tough Studio. Boomer Esiason, Greg Giannotti. It's Boomer and Gio on the Fan. Simulcast across the country on CBS Sports Network and wherever you are in the free Odyssey app. Good Tuesday morning. It continues. Tommy DeVito mania. As last night, the Giants on Monday Night Football put the young man on display. He's got an opportunity to win the game, taking the team down for the game-winning field goal, and he does it. Completes a couple of passes, takes what the defense gives him, and then throws that big pass to get him into field goal range to Jalen Hyatt. And this guy had some brass balls late in the game. Yeah, he didn't go out there and throw for 400 yards and 4 touchdowns, but national TV game against a team that's fighting for their playoff lives. The ball is in Tommy DeVito's hands, and he leads the Giants to victory. Got the agent out there. You got the family out there. You got the tailgate. This thing is absolutely taken on a life of its own, and I hope that it continues as long as humanly possible because we deserve it here as New York sports fans. These football seasons have been miserable. Tommy DeVito is our savior. He's our Italian Jesus. Good morning, Boomer. How are you?
Yeah. Well, I got to warn you, I got about an hour's sleep last night.
Oh, jeez.
Because of these 2 football games. I couldn't sleep after both of these games were over. And if you didn't realize it, Tennessee comes back and scores, 14 points or whatever it is in the last 3 minutes of this game to beat the Miami Dolphins, who are up by 13 points.
Yeah, I know.
And I look, I'm going to call him Tommy DeVito. I'm not going to call him by his nickname. I felt this way when they gave Daniel Jones the Danny Dimes nickname.
Yeah.
Just call him what his name is, Tommy DeVito. Just remember that name. Remember the excitement. Remember the passion. Remember the euphoria. It reminds me, and we've already talked about this, this is Linsanity for the Giants right now. I mean, is he going to lead them to the playoffs? Who knows? Their defense is playing awesome. The defense has got 11 turnovers in the last 3 games, and this kid has got stones. He just has stones. I don't know how to he has in spades what Zach Wilson has been missing all these years. Zach Wilson may have better tools, maybe have a better arm, maybe have maybe he's faster than Tommy DeVito. I don't know. But what this kid has, you want to call it Jersey tough, you want to call it Italian, I don't care what you call it, but he has got some balls. I'm telling you. And, he's not afraid to run with the ball. I thought last night there was a part of the game where he was looking at the rush as opposed to looking downfield. But he's just getting warmed up trying to figure out what the NFL is all about. And I think this is a feather in the cap of both Brian Daboll and Wink Martindale. I hope they stay together. I don't know what they're going to do next year now. I don't know what's going to happen. I mean, this is like you just said, we want this thing to continue because we want to have fun with it. And we want to enjoy it. We want to turn on the TV and watch something that nobody expected. I mean, none of us expected this.
No, not at all. And I know that what next year brings, Giant fans, some of them are saying, man, if they had lost the rest of the season, only had 2 wins, they'd have a shot at maybe Caleb Williams. At this point, it doesn't matter because you just take what this is and soak up every minute of it because outside of last year, the Giants were one of the worst teams in football for the better part of a decade. And now you got something fun. You'll deal with it in the offseason. If Daniel Jones has to come back and play and they don't get rid of him and maybe Tommy DeVito starts the first couple of games, whatever, they will figure it out. But this is great. This is fun. And the Giant fans that didn't sell their tickets last night, the Packer fans that were there, were treated to one of those games that they're not going to forget. This was this will forever be known, the 2023 Giants, as the Tommy DeVito season. That was the Tommy DeVito season. Now, it could continue next year. Who the hell knows? But as of right now, we will always reference this. Oh, that was the DeVito season back in 2023. Was that when DeVito was playing or not?
Well, it's like Jeremy Lin. It's you feel like it's the same thing. I mean, I'll never forget when Jeremy Lin hit that 3-pointer up in Toronto, and everybody goes nuts. The whole place went nuts.
Yep.
And I just all I can think about is that kind of euphoria around the Giants. And it should be because it's the most important position in the NFL. And the one thing that I think we all can agree on is he's brought a level of energy and, just like you're interested. You're interested to see the whole thing. I'm not going to – you can go down the Italian rabbit hole all you want with the agent and everything else and calling him Tommy Cutlets and all that other crap. I'm just looking at the football player who has basically helped save a Giant season – that is now 1 game out of the playoff hunt,
yeah.
which is even more unbelievable to think about it. But the defense deserves a lot of credit. I thought when they stopped the Packers on the 2-point play, and that Tommy DeVito was going to have a chance to bring his team back after the Saquon Barkley fumble and put them into field goal range so Randy Bullock could kick the game winner. He hits Wan'Dale Robinson on a little corner pattern, and Keyshawn Griffin, I think his name is, for the Packers, had an awful night, just an absolutely god-awful night. And he was the one that muffed the punt, picked it up, fumbled it, and all that other crap. Yep. So he's covering Robinson. I think it was Robinson, and he hits him on a corner pattern right down the right sideline, and I just the kid's got it. He's got it. When you make a throw like that late in the game, all the momentum is on your side until Saquon fumbles the ball.
Absolutely.
I mean, you're going away with the game. You've got the game won. You're going to go down, and you're going to score a touchdown. You're going to eat up a lot of clock. Jordan Love wasn't playing great. It was a blustery, windy night. It looked like everybody was having a hard time holding on the ball with the exception of Tommy DeVito. And then for him to be able to do what he did, when he did it, and how he did it, and making those smart little passes and taking what the defense supposedly was giving him, I mean, you couldn't ask for a better finish to what, for me, we're living like a storybook moment right now.
And I don't think you can overstate enough, leading up to this. So you had the Giants on a bye. So it was Tommy DeVito was riding high on a win. He's making appearances. He's doing things on Instagram with other influencers. He's doing all this stuff. You got Tommy Cutlet T-shirts. And then last night, leading up to the game, you've got him showing up in that crazy red shirt. That goes everywhere. Even Dave Portnoy with his millions of followers sees that video. He quote tweets it and goes, "Packers by 1,000,000 tonight." So he shows up with that.
And then Packers by 1,000,000, and that tells me in your face, I'm coming to play some ball. That's what that tells me.
100%. That's what it told me too. Then you got the everybody talking about the tailgate, and they're making the chicken cutlet sandwiches. Then the agent is on there. So as all this is building up before the game, I'm thinking to myself, my God, this better not blow up in their face, right? Because then all of this stuff becomes a joke as opposed to fun, and everybody makes fun of it. And what happened? All of this pregame bravado, all of the craziness from the three-piece suit and the hat and the agent, the kissing each other in the stands and the balsamic vinaigrette that was out there, all of that. And then he goes out there with the ball in his hands with 1:20-something to go and gets him into field goal range to beat a team that is in the playoff hunt. It's on Monday Night Football. I mean, it's incredible. It's absolutely incredible. And when you have that much momentum and everybody's watching you, and it's a national TV game, and the story's about you, and then you deliver.
Yeah.
I don't think you can overstate that enough about how difficult that is to do, too. I mean, he had 2 weeks where everybody started talking about him and knew who he was, and then he's on Monday Night Football.
Dude,
he's got Joe Buck and Troy Aikman up there talking about him. His family's all over, and he delivered.
And the thing about it is he's an undrafted rookie free agent.
Yeah.
That's the great part of this story. We've had a number of those guys this year have their moments. Now, this one is lasting a little bit longer, and hopefully it will continue to last. But, man, he's got the Jersey balls, man. I don't know how else to put it.
Yeah.
It is, I don't know. I was really happy for my Giant fan friends, because they're all into it now.
I hope so.
And they could not believe the fumble and then just the range of emotions the last 3 minutes of this game. And then on top of all of that, down in Miami, what's going on is ridiculous.
Yeah, that was the other Monday night game that I'm sure Jerry will have some highlights and talk about that. It officially knocked me out of my last pick in the knockout pool.
I mean,
as bad of a beat as you possibly could have.
You're up by 13.
Yeah.
With under, 4 minutes to play.
Yeah, I know.
And Tennessee is dropping the ball all over the place, and there's moments there where Will Levis is making mistake after mistake. And then all of a sudden he turns it on, and Jalen Ramsey can't cover DeAndre Hopkins in a phone booth. And next thing you know, they're winning the game because they go conservative on offense because Tyreek Hill's not on the field.
Yeah, I was still a little bit annoyed with the fact that both those games are going on at the same time because I wanted to pay attention to each of them for different reasons, and I was missing stuff back and forth, and you just can't concentrate on two games that you're interested in at the same time. But anyway, back to Tommy DeVito and the Giants. Was that the guy, Al, remember when you were trying to get DeVito on or they reached out to us Did that guy Sean Stellato, was he the guy who called you?
He may have called me at 10, but he was not the guy I was talking to.
Oh, okay.
This is another guy. He's got another guy.
It was another guy. Said, I'm trying to help.
This is unbelievable.
I'm trying to help out the agent. This is all new to him. That's what he was telling me.
All new to him?
He's like one of Tommy's best buddies, like Johnny Manziel's best buddy in the Johnny Manziel documentary.
No, this guy was also at some public relations firm. I don't know what was going on.
Jesus God.
And by the way, so if people thought that this Sean Stellato just dressed up like that to play into it, no, he always dresses like this. So if you go to his Twitter account just a few days ago, he received some award. He was inducted into some Boston.
Chicago. No, Chicago.
It was Chicago, okay.
Chicago Italian Hall of Fame.
Yeah, he was from Boston, so that's why I got confused.
I mean, he's like right there with you and Jerry Recco. Jerry Recco was the Italian Sports Broadcaster of the Year in New Jersey.
He wasn't the Italian sports broadcaster. He was just he was the New Jersey Sportscaster of the Year.
Why don't we just call him the Italian Sports Broadcaster of the Year?
Well,
kind of fits the narrative.
I was the Morris County
Columbus Day
Parade Entertainer of the Year, and that was the Italian American situation. Jerry was just Sportscaster of the Year.
Tommy DeVito keeps doing this. He's going to be the New York City Columbus Day.
Oh God,
guy.
Oh, absolutely. But anyway, so the point was that when he was
that sash that you're wearing here in this picture.
Yeah, I'm a big sash guy. You got me a sash as well.
Well, yeah, you were our representative for the softball team when you didn't want to play anymore.
That's right. It was the ambassador. So anyway, the point was that this Sean Stellato, when he's getting inducted into the Chicago Italian-American Hall of Fame, is dressed even more ridiculously for that a few days ago than he was last night. I mean, so this wasn't an act. This is who this guy is.
I just think, I don't know. I think we all tend to kind of play into our stereotypes, whatever they are. Whether it be being an older white guy, whether it be a young black guy, or whether it be a white Italian guy. Yeah, I mean, like, we all kind of play into it, whatever it is, whatever the story is. Yeah. And, I mean, as long as they keep winning, it's going to be a great story. The moment they start losing or he has a couple bad games and they go on to lose, then it becomes a dud story. Then people start making fun of it. But
well, exactly my point.
The winning
was teetering last night going into the game. It was teetering. All this momentum. He was on top of the world. He could have came crashing down in a big way on national TV, and it didn't. It went the other way. It went the extreme other way.
Which is great.
Ball in his hands to go in the game, and he did.
And make key throws, by the way, out of the pocket.
And how about that touchdown pass to Isaiah Hodgins?
Yes.
I mean, that is an NFL throw. That's not just a cute little Tommy DeVito story. That is an NFL throw.
It's an NFL catch, too.
Well, of course, but still, he put it exactly where he needed to put it. There was a ton of velocity on the ball.
Jordan Love couldn't do it.
Right, he could not. I mean, he looked like the wind was affecting Jordan Love, and Tommy DeVito was just cutting right through it. Now, in the beginning, first couple drives, he was inaccurate, DeVito, and then he settled in and was much better the rest of the day. But I mean, he made some critical throws.
Plus, he also took off the ball a couple times. Yep. Yeah, he didn't get sacked at all last night.
Yeah, incredible.
It was amazing. Joe Buck, I think at the beginning of third quarter, I think he says, "This game's a mess."
It was a lot of sloppiness.
I mean, it was a lot of stuff. I mean, it was all over the place.
Yeah, fumbles here and muff punts and all sorts of. And then Troy Aikman was losing his mind when the officials spent like 5 minutes trying to figure out that one call, and he's like ripping the hell out of them. So there was a lot of stuff. And
believe you me, the NFL is telling its broadcast partners, back off the officials. Back off the officials.
Troy Aikman didn't.
Well, I know
he went all in.
Yeah, I know he did last night, but he's kind of right, because it does drive you nuts when they can't come up with what we see as a very simple solution.
Yeah.
And they're taking for however long to figure it out. But
yeah, he said it took us 5 seconds. It's taking them 5 minutes, is what he said. And then Joe Buck's like, "Oh, well, tell us how you really feel, Troy." So he went all in, but he's got the latitude to do that stuff. Obviously, no one's going to get on him. But yeah, it was amazing. It was one of these nights that you didn't even feel was real as it was going on. Like, this is why when we sit here, and we're going to continue to do this on WFAN as sports talk host and all this stuff, when you're about to go into a season, and you have all these ideas about what's going to happen. They're going to do this, and they're going to do that, and maybe they go to the playoffs. Maybe this guy's going to throw X amount of touchdowns. Here we are sitting here in the middle of December talking about Tommy DeVito and a 3-game winning streak for the Giants. There's not a single person on earth, including all of the DeVitos, that thought that this would be happening. But yet next year we're going to sit here and pretend we know what's going to happen, and it's not going to happen. I mean, the Jets played Aaron Rodgers, Zach Wilson, Trevor Siemian, Tim Boyle, and then the Giants have played Daniel Jones, Tyrod Taylor, and Tommy DeVito. I mean, you just have no idea what the hell's going to happen. It's just silly to predict these things.
And the other thing, going into this Monday night game doubleheader, we were talking about it last week. Don't forget, we got a doubleheader on Monday night. Ugh, look at these games. They suck. And both games go down to the end. Both games have incredible endings. And both games have really amazing stories and impact on the playoffs.
Certainly. All right, Boomer and Gio on the Fan.
That was a bad loss for the Dolphins, man.
Terrible.
The Jets should take something out of that game last night.
Yeah, but now they're going to, as they say, walking into a hornet's nest. They're all pissed off now, the Dolphins. You know how that works. All right, Boomer and Gio on the Fan and CBS Sports Network. Jerry joins us in just a couple of minutes. He'll give you all the Tommy DeVito from last night that you're looking for. Got some weather for you right now, brought to you by Ray Cattina Mercedes-Benz of Edison. Sunny today with a high of 44. It's 34 right now in the city.
All righty, explore a wide selection of luxury spirits, wine and champagne at ReserveBar.com. Elevate your gifting this year with rare and exceptional bourbons, tequilas, scotch, wine, and champagne with personalized engraving, exceptional glassware, and more from wines to whiskeys. There's a bottle for everyone for a limited time. Save $20 on your order of $150 or more with code FAN at ReserveBar.com. Visit ReserveBar.com. Good spirits delivered.
Hey, guys, you ready to hit a home run with the best Christmas gift for your special someone? Pajamagram's famous naturally nude pajamas will make you a holiday hero. So good that they sell out every year. Naturally nude pajamas are known for ultimate comfort and style. Soft, silky, and better than lingerie with a curved, caressing fit. Here's the kicker. When you order naturally nude pajamas today, you get a free naturally nude nightie. That's $75 savings on a very luxurious 2-in-1 complete gift. Better yet, with Pajamagram, you can even add gift packaging. And if you ask me, that's one easy holiday gift that's sure to make her happy. Listen, we all know how good it feels to win, so why not win this Christmas? Hurry, go to Pajamagram.com today for naturally nude pajamas before they sell out. That's naturally nude pajamas at Pajamagram.com. You won't be sorry.